Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek Bhattarai and this is my first EDA Capstone project, hotel booking analysis. And I have done this project in a team and my team members are Kapil Devgaur and Upinder Singh. So this is a project in which we have analyzed the data set, hotel booking data set. So we have explored and analyzed to discover the important factors that govern the booking. So let's move to the variables before discussing more about the project. So in this project, in this file, we have this much of variables. So let's begin with the variable descriptions. So first variable is hotel, name of the hotel, yacht hotel or city hotel. Is cancelled if the bookings was cancelled, 1. If cancelled, then if not, then 0. Lead time, number of days that elapsed between the entering date of the booking into the PMS and the arrival date. Arrival date year of arrival date month, month of month arrival date week number for arrival date day of month, day of arrival date, stays in weekend night, number of weekend nights Saturday to Sunday, the guest stayed or booked to stay at the hotel, stays in weeknight, number of weeknights Monday to Friday, the guest stayed or booked to stay at the hotel. Adults, number of adults among guests, children, number of children among guests, babies, number of babies among guests, meal, kind of meal opted by the guest, country, that's simply country code, market segment, which segment customer belongs to, distribution channel, name of booking distribution channel, and the term TA means travel agents and TO means tour operators. So there are some distribution channel. Is repeated guest means if the booking was done from a repeated guest means has his guest came before also. So previous cancellations, number of previous bookings that were cancelled by the customer prior to the current booking, previous bookings not cancelled, number of previous bookings not cancelled by the customer prior to the current booking, reserved room type, code of room type, reserved, assignment room type, code of room type, assigned, booking changes, number of changes, amendments made to the booking, deposit type of deposit made by the guest, agent ID, agent, ID of the travel agent who made the booking, company, ID of the company, date made the booking, days in waiting list, number of days the booking was in the waiting list, customer type of customer, assuming one of 4 categories, ADR, average daily rate, as defined by dividing the sum of all lodging transaction by the total number of staying nights, required car parking spaces, number of car parking spaces required by the customer, total of special case, number of special requests made by the customer, reservation status cancelled, checkout or no show, reservation status date at which the last reservation status was updated. So guys, so these are the variables, this data set. So let's begin by checking the variables by one. So then we have imported libraries, NumPy library, pandas, matplotlib, pyplot, then that time Cbon, st. So then we have to begin with the loading of data set. So from Google Colab, we have imported this data set. So first we have to mount the drive, then we have to load the data set by using the file path. Then after loading data set, then, and guys, we have given the name of our dataset as hotbook.df, so it's a unique name. So yes, that's fantastic. So then we begin with the dataset first view. So we are here viewing our dataset in the first way. So we are using here the head function. So it will be giving us top 5 means dataset. Then we are counting dataset rows and columns count that. So here we have 1,19,390 rows and 32 columns. So if you move more, then we have information about the data set, hotbook.df.info. So as we can see that here is cancelled as no null value. Means there are no null values. There are only null values. And the guys, as we can see down, so there are some variables which have some null values, like country has, and then company to have, agent also have, and children also have. So we have four columns that have null values. So now we are checking the duplicate values in the data set. So yes, this data set contains 31,994 duplicate values. So we are plotting these duplicate values in the upload. So we can see here this much we don't have values, and this much we have. And if we check about the missing values, so of course we do have missing values. Like in company, we can see there are maximum missing values or null values in the company column, then followed by agent, then followed by country, then followed by children. So children has a list of null missing values, only four. So this, so we need to means do work on these things, otherwise it will have an impact on our data set. So down we have visualized the missing values, you can say, with the help of heat map. So here you can see clearly see that company and agent, and company has the most number of null values with this yellow color. So then followed by agent. So what do you know about your data set? So this data set contains 1,19,390 rows and 32 columns. All the columns are divided into three data types: object, float, 64, and int 64. This data set shows thus there are duplicate values as well as null values. There are total of 31,994 duplicate values, and four columns have missing values. The maximum number of missing values are from company column, then followed by agent, country, and children columns. The children columns consist of only four null values, while company column consists of 1,12,593 null values. So if you move down, then we are understanding our variables, that how many columns are present and this data set. So here we can see the list. Then below down, then we have used the describe function. So to look at about the different lessons and aspects of numerical columns, the data set, then we have variable. So we have described a variable before. Let's move down. So here we are checking the unique values for each variable. So this, we have write down this code to check the number of unique values for each variable. So here we can see that unique values in hotel is 2, valuation is cancelled is 2, lead time is 479. So these are the number that how many unique values are present in each variable. So let's move down. So here and down we have write the code for checking the unique values for each variable. Like hotel has two unique variables, resort and city or hotel, arrival date year 15, 16, 17. So this data set contains the data of 3 years. Means it will give us the insight of hotel bookings for 3 years, 2015, 16, and 17. So the data set is surrounding only around these 3 years only. Yes. So here down you see that is cancelled unique value 01 and meal unique value baby, FB, HB, SC, and defined. So students here, so these are things. Then we move to data wrangling. So in data wrangling, we have to work on the data set. We have to clean this to make the data set analysis ready. So as you can see here, so we have null values, missing values in 4 columns. So we will work on this. We will either means replace with this some values that will be helpful to do our analysis. So here down we have replaced the company, agent, and children columns with 0 by filling 0 in the null values, missing values of these columns. And we have filled the null values of country with the other, because means if someone is not belonging to any country, so it's good to fill other there, so that they can belongs to some other country that is not mentioned here. So these things we have done, and now we have checked that all yes. So now we can see that all null values are removed. So we have to remove our duplicate rows also, because that will have an impact on our data set. So we have removed the duplicate rows here also. So then we have checked the shape of our data set. Combining values of adult babies is 0. So we are checking this because if the combining values of adults, babies, and children are 0, so this means that there were no booking made. Means if there are no guests, and then there will be no booking, so we have to drop this column. So here we have dropped this columns where this the combining value of 3 columns are 0. So now we are moving bit down. So here we are converting columns to appropriate data types, because this revision is need to be converted into datetime format, because here we are dealing with the date, so it will be good. So we have also converted the required columns to the appropriate date types. So down we have converted important columns. So down we have added some important columns here. Total stay. So we have added total stay, that is stays in week 9 plus stays in week 9, and also total people, that will include the addition of adults, children, and babies. So now we can check the shape of our data set, that is hotbook df, because as we have added some new columns here. So here we can see that this is the new shape of our data set. 87,230 rows and 34 columns. Yes. So these are some insight that I have found after doing these things. So So we have done the following manipulations and insights found by us as follows. We found that there were 4 columns containing null values. So we had null values in columns company, agent, country, children. So for company agent, we have filled the missing value 0. So we have discussed these things above. So the same thing I written here. So duplicate value was dropped and these things, and data was changed. So let's come to the data visualization part. So here our first chart belongs to most preferred hotel. So for this we have used the pie chart, and we have done here, and here we have followed the UVM rule: univariate, bivariate, and multivariate, because this rule should be followed uh, for a better data visualization. So our first chart is followed by the univariate rule, means UVM. So in UVM we first have plotted the graph of univariate. So here in this graph we can see that the city hotel was the most preferred hotel, with 61.1% of the guests preferred this hotel, and 38.9% preferred Radius hotel. So why did I pick this chart? The pie chart expresses a part to whole relationship in your data. So we have viewed this pie chart, which help us to get the percentage comparison. So as you can see the theory here. So yes, pie chart is very useful for comparison. So what are the insights found by the chart? From the above chart, we got to know that City Hotel is the most preferred hotel by the guest. The City Hotel has maximum booking, 66.4% guests preferred City Hotel, while only 36.6% guests have shown interest in hotel. So these are the insights we have found. So you can read here. So the second graph chart belongs to hotel type with highest ADR. And again, this is following the UBM rule. And our second chart is made in bivariate with categorical numerical. Means one column. So we are compared here with 2 columns. So one is categorical and another is numerical. So here in the graph we can see that one column means y-axis is idea and the x-axis is hotel. So we can see that the city hotel has highest ADR than the resort hotel. And the every ADR of each type of hotel we can see here. So I have picked the bar chart here because bar chart show the frequency counts of values for the different levels of a category, categorical or nominal variable. Sometimes bar charts show other statistics such as percentages. To show the average idea of each hotel type in a clear and feasible way, we have used the bar chart here. So here we can see that these things are written here also. So our third chart belongs to relationship between ADR and total stay. So again, we have followed the UVM rule here. So in this, we are doing bivariate with numerical. So here means we have used columns who have numerical values. So both the columns have numerical values. If you go down, if you look at the chart, then here we can easily say that that total stay and ADR both have numerical values. And if you look here, so with the increase in total stay, the ADR has also increased. So from this we can conclude that the higher the stay, total stay, the higher the ADR. So it will good for the hotel to increase the total stay. In flow chart, we have moved to the percent of repeated case. So this is a univariate analysis. This we can see that from the graph that only 3.9% of the guests were the repeated guests. So this is a matter of concern that why this only this much percentage of people are repeating on the same hotel. So hotels needs to look on this and to find a specific means answer to this. Here I have written the same thing in this three questions and why I picked the speech chart, pie chart I've used. So inside found the same thing I have said. And yes, so these things. In chart 5, I have done the univariate analysis of a percentage distribution of required car parking spaces. So if you move down, here's the code and here's the graph. So if you look at the graph and here we can see that means only 8.3% of people means require the car parking spaces. So from this we can conclude that means the requirement of car parking spaces is not a big issue. Means only means less than 10% of the people are requiring this thing. So the conclusion is that hotel should work on this and they should focus on other sectors more than this sector because 90% of the people don't require this thing. So hotel need to work on this. So why did I pick this PV chart? So we have used pie chart here because pie chart has means the answer is written here. Understanding more understanding, and it is very clear. As you can see here, it's very feasible to comparison with the help of pie chart. So inside form from the chart that I've told you already that this chart shows 91.6% of the guests didn't require the car parking spaces. In our chart 6, we have shown the meal type distribution, and this is also univariate analysis. So from the chart we can see that BB, that is bed and breakfast, is the most preferred meal type, and after followed by HB and SC and FB is least preferred and undefined is least preferred. So from this we can get conclusion that so hotels should need not should need to work on other bed type also because why these things are very less preferred. And after that insight, yes, I have seen. And chart 7 is pie chart for mostly used distribution channel and the relationship of distribution channel and idea. So here from the graph we can see that the mostly used distribution channel for hotel booking is TA-TO, followed by direct, corporate, GDS, and defined. And the second graph shows us ADR across distribution channel. So here we can see that Riot Hotel has slightly less ADR and TA-TO, direct, GDS, whereas in undefined Riot Hotel has high ADR. These things. If we move down a chart 8, so we can see here bookings by month and optimal stay length in hotels. So if we move down to the graph, then we can see a number of bookings across each month. So if we look at the graph, then we can easily find that in the month of July to August, the maximum bookings happened. So, so this might be the reason that time was the summer season, or people might getting holidays. So that's why they have preferred to visit the most. So that's the reason. So hotels should work on this month, should prepare well for this month, because this month will generate a high revenue this time. Optimal stay length, the heck, you can see that count of stays that city hotel and this yacht hotel. The city hotel has higher stay length in comparison to total. And yes, another answers are written in here. You can read this. In chapter in chart 9, we are plotting a histogram. So in this one chart, we can see the means the relationship of all variables in one chart here. So from the chart, what we have picked that maximum guest came in the year 16, maximum arrival week is 30, maximum arrival happens in the last of the month, maximum guest come with no children. There is less requirement of car parking spaces. Yes. In histogram has no means business impact, because it's done just to see the distribution of the column data over the data set. So histogram has no business impact. So here I have write down answer. So chart 10, in chart 10, we have plotted the graph of year and hotel wise confirmed booking and cancelled distribution. So here you can see that hotel wise confirmation and cancelled booking. So these two colors means showing that confirmed and cancelled booking. So city hotel has less cancelled and real the same things here. Move down, then cancellation and confirm 72.2% cancelled and a star cancelled hotel. So year-wise booking of hotels. So here you can say that year 2016 was the most in which hotel were booked in both the case of hotel, Riot and City, while City Hotel has most number of bookings than Riot Hotel, but overall both have equal means good booking in compared to 15 and 17. Yes. In chart 11, we can see that ADR across different months. So here we can see that July, August has the highest ADR among all other months in a year. So this will generate higher revenue. Chart 12, we can see that weekly stay distribution and calculation of cancellation and non-cancellation. So here we can see that week number 28 has the highest number of stays. So from this graph, we can conclude that week number 11 to 13, it's decreasing. So there are many times like 19 to 22, it's also decreasing number of stays. So hotel needs to work on this and see that. Yes. So just increase the week number of stays, then revenue will be increased. So there's a cases, and if you move down, then room type preference and customer type. So here we can see that from the graph that the most preferred room type for is A. So this might be the reason that this room might having good facilities, some other thing. So hotel needs to work on this. That why other rooms are less preferred. What can they do to increase the preference of the rooms also? So overall, hotel are getting benefited means whichever room is booked. But if all room are equally preferred, or then it will be good. But from this conclusion, we can say that room number A type is preferred highly. So here we can see that number of customer and month, that which type of customer type are having the most. So here transient type customers are leading here. So they are the most visiting customers. If you move down, then chart 14, we have a correlation heat map. So we can see here the correlation of different columns in the same chart. So what we have found from the conclusion that each cancel and total stay are negatively correlated. This means customers are likely to cancel their bookings if they don't get the same room as per reserved room. So we have visualized this above. Lead time and total stay is positively correlated. This means more the stay of people, more the stay of customer is, more will be the lead time. So these things are there. and we have plotted the pair plot here. In this plot, we can see that we have to compare one variable with the other, all the columns. So here it is done. Usually pair plot is used in machine learning or something. And what is solution to business objective? So we have found from our analysis that to attain high growth and more success, hotel business need to flourish. And for that, few things which we need to consider is high revenue generation, customers satisfaction, and employee retention. We are able to achieve the same by showing the client which are the months which are high in revenue generation by using various charts and graphic distributions. These things are here, and if we move to the conclusion, then here we have found that city hotels are the most preferred hotel type. The average DR of city hotel is higher as a comparative hotel. Total stay of guest is ideally proportional to the ADR. The percentage of repeated guests is very low. Yes, the percentage of required car parking space is very low. Among different types of meals, BB is the most preferred. Yes, diet and TATO have equally contribution in ADR and both type of hotel. So GDS is highly contributed in India in city total type. Optimal stay length in hotel is less than 7 days. Most of our bookings have taken place in the month of July and August. Most used distribution channel for booking is TATO. So ADR is high in the months of June, July, August. It might be again due to summer vacation or something. Almost 1/4 of the total bookings is cancelled. So this needs to be think upon. Majority of the guests have shown interest in room type A. Room type A is the most preferred room type. So these are the means conclusion we have found. So using this conclusion, hotel may take help and will definitely um, work on good steps, right steps that will boost their business. So overall, this was our ADA hotel analysis, and there are a lot of things we have written here. So if you go one by one, then it will take a lot of time. So overall, this was a fantastic experience for the first time doing in EDA. So thank you everyone for watching this. Have a good day. Yes, thank you Alma Mater for giving this opportunity to work on this project. Thank you.